So this is our third month, our third cycle off birth control. It's only our second month trying to conceive, but the first month we had poor timing. So the first month we had a faint positive, and then I got my period 3 or 4 days early, which was strange. And I thought, well, maybe it was stress. I didn't know what was going on, but I did get that faint positive. So I was like, that's strange. And then after doing research, I thought maybe it was a chemical pregnancy because it did start out heavier than normal. And usually I start out very light, but it was very heavy and very, very bright red. So I had a bit of a suspicion. And then last month we had perfect timing. We BD'd for 6 days straight, twice a day. And I definitely had some symptoms, and we never got a positive pregnancy test, but my period showed up 4 days early again. So I had a doctor's appointment, and after I did my own research, and I feel that I have a luteal phase defect, and he agreed. I am ovulating on my own because I'm charting and temping and everything. He said that, all that looks good. He looked at my ovaries. I had plenty of follicles. So he prescribed me progesterone suppositories and told me to try them this cycle, which I haven't even ovulated yet. But I feel that I don't really want to intervene. I feel that it will happen when it's supposed to happen. And I'm just putting my trust in God that He will bless us with another baby if it's His will. And I can't say, really, our original goal was to try to conceive in January of 2012. We weren't going to try to conceive before that. And then we bumped that back like a whole year. So I think I'll be okay. It takes its toll when you don't find out you're pregnant. And it's different for us because we've gotten pregnant twice. We had a miscarriage, and then a couple years later, we got pregnant with Brody. But each time that we've tried to get pregnant, we got pregnant right away. And it was definitely different for us to experience this. But I know that we're strong, and we'll get through it. And it's just gonna make me closer to those women who are trying to conceive. So at this point in time, we have agreed to not go on progesterone. We're just going to wait and see what my body does. It could still be my body getting used to being off of NuvaRing, and my hormones could still be trying to balance themselves out. So we'll see what happens. And definitely in the future, if we are still having trouble, I would say probably by fall, like September, October, if we still haven't conceived, we're definitely going to go for the progesterone or Clomid. My doctor also suggested Clomid, but my thoughts on that are a little bit different. They're kind of mixed. But if we don't conceive by then, we'll definitely be intervening because we do want a baby, another baby. So that's really it for now. We're just leaving it up to God and trying to be patient. So, but he prescribed me progesterone, so I can go and pick it up anytime I want. But I'm not sure I want progesterone because it's fake. They're giving you a progesterone supplement. It's not real. But with the Clomid, the Clomid makes your body produce its own progesterone. So that's more natural. But what scares me with that is I'm already ovulating, and that gives us a higher percentage or a higher chance of conceiving multiples, which wouldn't be a terrible thing, but it's just not ideal. I would love to have twins, but my husband wouldn't. So if we were going to have twins, I would rather it be on our next pregnancy, not this one. So, well, this one would be our next one, but you know what I mean, our third pregnancy, because our third would be our last. We've agreed to have 3 children, so if we have twins next time, we won't be having a third pregnancy. But yeah, so I'm more leaning towards Clomid, but then I'm not. But my doctor said that in 10 years, he's only seen one woman get pregnant with triplets off of Clomid, and it's only 10 to 20% who get pregnant with twins, so that's promising. But I've heard some pretty bad things about Clomid, like giving you psycho woman syndrome and stuff, so if anybody knows more about that, definitely leave some comments or get a hold of me and let me know, because I'm curious. Or about the progesterone either. I mean, if somebody else is going through this similar stuff, if anybody else has a luteal phase defect or is low in progesterone, definitely get a hold of me. But basically what my body's doing is I don't have enough. I didn't even explain what a luteal phase defect is. I'm real good. Basically what a luteal phase defect is. Well, you have your first half of your cycle. I forget what that's called. But then the second half of your cycle after you ovulate is your luteal phase. And your luteal phase should be 14 days long. And the first half of your cycle can be, I mean, who knows? The normal is about 14 days, but say I've been ovulating on day 15 or 16, so that means my cycle should be 29 or 30 days long, and my cycles are only about 25 or 26 days long. So I don't have enough progesterone to get me to my next period, let alone to sustain a pregnancy. So mine is extremely low, and there are other people who have an early miscarriage, or which is basically what I'm having, but they're calling it a chemical pregnancy because it's really, the baby really hasn't even formed. It's just attaching, and by the time it attaches, or implants, it sheds the lining. So there's really no chance for development at all, which is easier to deal with. I would much rather it be like this than have a miscarriage, because I've been through one and it's not fun. But if I were to take the progesterone, I would have to take it up to the 13th week of pregnancy, which then the placenta would take over. At that point, it's formed fully. So, yeah, we're having some mixed emotions about it. Right now, I felt it was the best time to do the video because the first half of my cycle I'm very calm and level-headed, and then the second half I'm quite manic. I just am very very emotional, very excited, and I try not to make any decisions in those, and that's the benefit to charting. Now I know when that stuff comes, so I try to make more important decisions during this time. Like we're trying to buy a home, and today we made an offer on a home, so that's exciting. We'll find out soon if we get it. Wow, so that's it. I just wanted to give you guys an update. That's it. I guess I'll talk to y'all later. Bye, guys.